Hey guys, today I want to talk about the USB ports in the Alfa Romeo Stelvio and why they fail. This is going to go for the Giulia, the Stelvio QV, and the Giulia QV. Pretty much, even if you have a GTAM, it's going to be the same electrical system, I believe. So I'll go over my troubleshooting procedures and how the issue occurred for me and then how I resolved it. So let's just get started. The troubleshooting procedures. I pulled out every single fuse of this car one at a time, tested it and put it back. I pulled all the relays out of this car one at a time, tested them and put it back. I tested it with a 9-volt battery to make sure each of the relays clicked. And they all worked just fine. I tested the fuses for continuity and made sure the relays clicked. They worked perfectly. So, obviously that wasn't the issue, but pulling out each one may reset the circuit, so I believe that also contributed to me fixing the issue for myself. The other thing I did, and the next step, was to trickle charge the battery for 5 or 6 hours. I did that, and the issue was still there. But after that, I went home, and when I shut my car off, later in the night, I turned it back on, and the USB ports were working great. So, something that I did fixed it, and I'm not sure which process that it was. When I say the USB ports failed, it's going to be the front one right here next to my radar detector plug-in. And then it's also going to be the one in the center console right here. This actually is a removable device, and this may have been what was causing the issue. And resetting everything might have fixed this. So, with that being said, these USB ports are used for Android Auto and infotainment updates when you use the USB sticks to do the infotainment updates manually. So, let me take you through the troubleshooting procedures. I'm just going to show you all the fuse boxes and where the fuse pullers are, and then how to gain access to these fuse boxes. So, let's get started with that. You already know the rest of the troubleshooting that I did. Okay guys, so we're here in the trunk right now, and just to pull this off, you're going to rotate this to the left and this one to the right, and then you're going to go ahead and pull this one off. This is just the cover for that compartment. This gives you access to your rear taillight, your rear passenger taillight, and then a couple of other devices. There's going to be 2 clips on the bottom, and there's going to be 2 clips on the top, but this is kind of a pain in the ass, so I'll just go ahead and speed this up for you so you can see what I'm talking about in a timely fashion. So let's get to it here, if I can get it off. Okay, so this reveals all the fuses and all the relays, and those large fuses are going to be for the more important stuff, so I would keep a set of spare fuses. They're $10 on Amazon. Be careful with your fuses so you don't bend them and break them. And go ahead and use that fuse puller that I pointed to remove those fuses to test each one of them. Alright, this is going to be the engine bay fuse compartment, and this is going to be the one closest to your air intake, just behind your strut bar, as you can see. Fuses and relays, nothing too difficult. You can actually pull off the bottom portion of that cover. It's going to be 2 latches just like the one on top. And then this is going to be the one closest to the passenger side and the coolant tank. So go ahead, and I like to use the little key that comes in the key fob that you use to unlock when your car battery dies. Just go ahead and undo those 2 clips with that so you don't strip it, or just use a thick flathead screwdriver. And then again, fuses, relays, nothing too crazy. Just test them with the 9-volt battery and test them for continuity, and you can use your finger to actually go ahead and close these up. Now, the final fuse compartment is over in the passenger side. In my opinion, in my guesstimate, I believe that the passenger side fuse box is actually the fuse box that contains the USB ports and such. So let's take a look at that passenger side fuse box here. You just go ahead and peel back the carpet after unclipping it. And then these are a bit of a pain to rotate because they take so many rotations. It's a very long thread, but they're plastic, so just go ahead and be careful with them and rotate them. And once we get this pulled out here, then I can explain to you a little more about the fuse box underneath. Okay guys, so now I'm getting this off here. It was a lot of undoing, and you can go ahead and pull up this black cover here, and as you can see here, these are the fuses and the relays and a couple other electrical connectors. So it's the same procedure, just undo them and test each one of them for continuity. And then when you're putting this back, and I'll go ahead and I'll cut over to that part for you. This is a little difficult to do with one hand. Okay, when you're putting these back, you can go ahead and push in the plastic little screws, you can call them. It's plastic threads. It's not going to hurt anything. And once you're doing that, you can just seal up the carpet against there, so that way nothing gets to it, and plus it looks nice. And that's it. So guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, comment if you had a different troubleshooting procedure. I would really like to know about it, because this is a common and weird issue that happens in these cars, no matter if you pay $250,000 for it or 30 grand for it. So just let me know if you guys were able to fix the issue using my troubleshooting methods, and be safe.